Picture this. You wake up every day feeling great. No more long commutes, annoying office drama, dealing with patients, or worrying about bills until your next paycheck. Sound like a dream? Well, it's not just for the lucky ones. It can be your reality too. All it takes is the courage to step away from the usual grind and guess what? Simply take control of your money. The journey from the rat race to financial freedom starts with a simple yet powerful shift in how you view money and what you choose to do with it. Now, I learned this firsthand from Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki, who basically states that the difference between those that are successful financially and those that are stuck in the rat race boils down to one simple principle: investing in assets rather than liabilities. You may be asking yourself, well, Jeff, what is asset? What is liability? Let's dig in real quick. Very, very simple explanation. They did not teach me this in dental school. Okay. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. They put money in your pocket. Stocks, bonds, rental properties, things like that put money in your pocket. All right. So for instance, when I was in my residency, when I was in dental school, I lived in an apartment. And when I got in my residency, I lived in a fourplex. I never even thought about the owner, thought about buying something like that, renting out the other three, and then letting the other three tenants pay for me living there. Didn't think about that. Okay. Now, on the other hand, the complete opposite of an asset are liabilities. Well, if assets put money in your pocket, liabilities are the opposite. They take money out of your pocket. This puts money into your pocket. Well, what's an example of a liability? Well, probably a new car, the latest smartphone. Let me ask you this. Now that you know the difference between an asset and a liability, what is your home that you live in? What does everybody tell us that the home is? Oh, it's our best asset that we'll ever own. That's the American dream, right, Jeff? Well, does it meet the criteria? Does your home put money in your pocket? Mine doesn't. Mine takes money out with taxes, with maintenance, with insurance, with upkeep. So is it really an asset? No, it's not. It's a liability. It's one of the biggest liabilities that you'll ever have, okay? Now, liabilities, smartphone, cars, boats, ATVs, while these things, they might offer temporary satisfaction or status in your area, they're not going to contribute to your wealth and often lead to debt. Many people, even high-income doctors, they find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, trapped in a cycle of earning, spending. They go into debt, they have bills, then they have to go treat patients, or depending on what you do, you got to go make money again. And the high-income doctors, high-income earners, a lot of times we get out and we're like, okay, we're making good money. So we give ourselves permission to go out and we make enough income. We can go buy these liabilities. We can go buy the boats. We can go buy the cars. We can go get the country club membership. And we start that early on. And guess what? It starts a cycle. And more that we rack up, lifestyles creep, right? And think about this cycle that we're taught. It all comes down from, it's all formed from an outdated education system that doesn't teach financial literacy, right? Schools don't teach financial literacy or encourage entrepreneurial thinking. I don't know about you, but I never learned about money or was ever encouraged to start my own business while I was in school, whether it was college or dental school. Well, why is that? The fact is that schools and colleges, medical schools, law schools, dental schools, whatever, they only prepare us for traditional careers. And they emphasize, here's the big thing that schools emphasize. Doesn't matter literally what type of school is. Schools are going to emphasize this: job security over financial independence. They want us to have job security. They want us to work for somebody. Why? Because we get that steady paycheck, right? So as a result of this, we're conditioned all along. We're conditioned to what? To accept the 9-to-5 grind, as that's really the only way to make a living. Is you have to go to school, you have to make good grades, you have to have a good job, maybe like being a doctor, right? Go work for a hospital, whatever. Go work your 9-to-5 or 7-to-7 or whatever. Get your 401k, because those are all safe, right? Those are the only path that we can have to earn a living, unaware of the potential that there is out there to create passive income streams through investments. I learned this by accident, literally an accident after a wrist injury while snow skiing early on in my career. And it actually really made me rethink how can a dentist earn money without the use of their hands? it's pretty tough. And another barrier to escaping the rat race is this: lack of effort. Okay? Lack of effort. While many people dream of getting to the point where they're financially free, few are very unwilling to take the necessary steps to achieve it. Now, think about this. If you're people don't like change, we're hardwired in our brains to avoid change. And it took it, and I would probably still be on the same path if I didn't hurt my wrist, because you have to have a strong enough why in anything in life to make you have change. You have to experience pain to make you change. My pain was the wrist, couldn't work. That was my big why. The big why was pushing me to, I had to be able to provide for my family, because one stream of income isn't going to get it. Even though the schools taught me job security, you're going to stay in your same career, Jeff, for 30 or 40 years. What if I couldn't? Okay. And that's the thing. But if you want to get out of the quote status quo, what everybody's doing, you have to start investing in financial education. You have to learn on your own, because schools are not going to teach you this. You've got to get out there. You have to network with people. You have to educate yourself. You have to research investment opportunities, or maybe start a little side business. Creating passive income requires an initial investment of time, money, and energy. Over time, guess what? The assets you start acquiring these along the way. Instead of the liabilities, you're acquiring these assets every year. They start to generate income without what? Without the need for active work. You don't have to trade time for money. You don't have to trade time treating patients for money, which helps you start to leave the rat race for good. To break free from the rat race, prioritize this: investing in assets that generate income over our desire to get liabilities. If you're right out of college, if you're right out of dental school, medical school, law school, something like that, nurse anesthesia, whatever, I can't stress enough. Just continue living like that you're in school, because once you get out and once you get a taste of the good living, the good cars, the houses, the experiences, the trips, it's hard to go back. Once we started staying in a Ritz-Carlton, it was hard, if not yet impossible, to go back to the Red Roof Inn. Once you have a taste, it's hard to go back. So that's why I stress, if you could just continue living like a student or a resident for a few years, living way below your means, and you're set up for success. You have this huge surplus of money coming in, and then now you can take it and invest for passive income, or you can start dedicating the time to learn and then get out there for passive income, because we want you to exit the rat race as quickly as possible. The journey, nothing in life worth having is easy. I can tell you this journey is not easy. It requires discipline. It requires education. You got to be consistent with it. You can't just invest in something and hope in 5 or 6 years that's all you need to do. It's got to be consistent. Okay. The financial advisors, they do a good job of this. They consistently take money out of our accounts because they know that we're too stupid to do it ourselves. The IRS the same way. They know that we're too financially uneducated and disciplined enough to take money, a portion of our money, a percentage of our money after we get paid, every paycheck, to pay taxes. So what do? They take it out before they get it, because they know that's the only way they're going to get their money. Financial advisors as well. At least they're forcing us to do something that hopefully will be good for us in the future with the 401k. You have to be consistent. Like literally every time you get paid or you take distributions or whatever, take out money, put it in savings, bank that savings, keep cranking it out. And then once you get to the point where you're comfortable enough for things like assets to get you out of the rat race, then you'll be ready, instead of you're ready, but you have no money, you have no savings. All right. So again, the journey isn't easy. It takes discipline, education, and a willingness to take calculated risk. However, again, if you have that strong enough why, like the book Simon Sinek starts with why, I can almost guarantee you're going to be well on your way to financial independence and away from that ever revolving hamster wheel. If this message helped you, hit the like button, share it with somebody else. I'll see you in the next video.